Hello, everyone, and welcome to the review of Game Week 9 results. So, let's start off at the table. Big week for the league this week. 81 points is the average for our league in this week, and we had some big scores 3 in the 90s, 3 in the 80s. Ammi managing to finally break the deadlock in second space, moving up very close now to top. The space between 1 and 5 is now 50 points. 2 weeks ago, it was the same space between 1 and 2. So things are closing up really big. Let's have a look at the teams and see why. So starting off with our player selection and looking at the staples. So we can see that Kieran Trippier has now overtaken Erling Haaland as the most acquired player. 9 out of 10 managers with Kieran Trippier in their team. He's providing valuable points with his assists and picking up points on clean sheets where available. Haaland now dropped by 2 managers, still in 8 out of 10, so still fairly popular among the team, but not really scoring at the rate that we expect. But I guess that will change soon. Brian Mbuemo, 6 managers deciding to keep him, and he did pay off this week. Mo Salah is paying off dividends and quickly moving up into the staples. Same with Ollie Watkins, really proving to be a reliable striker. So these are the new, let's say, most popular players in our league. And looking at the differentiators, especially after this week, Douglas Luiz owned by 1 out of 10, scored a big 15 points this week. Diogo Dalot also owned by 1 out of 10, scoring a screamer, the best goal of the season for me, at least as a Manchester United fan so far. And of course, Heung-min Son, it's surprising that only 2 out of 10 have him, mostly because of the price. Those that can afford Salah can hardly afford Heung-min Son as well. So only 2 out of 10, and he is again paying up for those managers. Looking at the hits and misses for this week, so let's call out the hits. Calling out Ammi here for putting the triple captain on Mo Salah. Inspired move early in the season, 48 points just on that alone. Really, really good move by Ammi. And for Zai for having Douglas Luiz, who really came flying out of the traps in the Aston Villa game, 15 points for him. And looking at the misses this week, actually, I've got to call myself out. I just missed out on hitting triple digits by having Diogo Dalot on the bench. And again, that goal of his was an absolute beauty. So even though Manchester United conceded with the goal, with the bonus points, he managed to get 11 points, but I missed out on that. Let's look at what our best possible selection would have been for the teams. So Alisson are back for Liverpool, picking up 8 points with Vicario on the bench as backup keeper. Trippier, Dalot, and Romero playing 3 back up front or at the back. And then again a super strong midfield. Salah, Mbuemo, Son, and Luiz captaining Salah, which most of the people that owned him did. 4 out of 10 have done that. And then Elanga sneaking in. He's having a really good season at Forest, picking up 9 points. Then up front, Watkins and Alvarez feature a really good pairing up front. And Wissa on the bench as the last forward. Point to note, Erling Haaland did score 8 this week, but Wissa is there because he's the cheaper option at 5.9 versus 14. Ska and Porro end up on the bench, but looking at what you could have got for this team, 141 points for playing this team and 168 if you had the bench boost, all for a cost of 97.7. Super important to pay attention to this if you still have a wild card to play or if you're looking at form players. This is the direction that you're going in. A lot of players appearing now week after week. Salah, Son, Watkins as an example, Trippier as well. So really keep an eye on these players that are coming up week after week. So that's it for this catch up on the results for Game Week 9. There will be a video coming out soon on the upcoming Game Week 10. I'm just waiting for the European games tonight to close up so that we can have an update on injuries and availability of players. But until then, hope you like and subscribe and leave a comment, and catch you on the next video.